I just want the absolute best for the University of Alabama. And that's the reason I made that decision. I think I've done a good job. I don't think there's any question about that. But the reason I've been able to do a good job is because I've been surrounded with good people. Sir Isaac Newton said it this way. He said, if it seems I can see further than most people, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. And I have. I've coached the very best in the business. I've had the coaches on my staff, the very best in the business. Since I've been at Alabama, I've never asked for one tool to be able to do my job that I hadn't been able to get. So I can't, with no misgivings whatsoever. I've loved my 7 years.
That's the way Alabama coach Gene Stallings announced his retirement on November 23, 1996. Just 3.5 hours earlier, his Crimson Tide had taken the field in Birmingham for its final regular season game against the Auburn Tigers. A packed house of more than 80,000 watched this one, with Bama needing a victory to win the Western Division Championship in the Southeastern Conference. This is the story of that game. 24-23, Bama's amazing comeback in Gene Stallings' last Auburn game.
Jared Holmes will be kicking right to left. Bama is in the crimson jerseys, the white pants, the white numerals. Auburn is in the white with the blue numerals, the orange trim. A bouncing kick that hits at the 7, skips through and out of the end zone. So the touchback to begin this football game, and Alabama will have the football 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Bama came out throwing. Freddie Kitchens hit Michael Vaughn for 3 yards on the game's first play. Then Dennis Riddle ripped off 2 gains of 6 and 7 yards to give the Tide a first down at the 37.
Here now is Curtis Alexander in the football game. Curtis in the split backfield with Riddle on the 1st and 10. Flare pass left side. Caught by Curtis Alexander, 40, 45, 50 down the left sidelines. Turns on the Jets. He's to the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Touchdown on the flare pass out to Alexander. 64-yard TD pass. Kitchens to Curtis Alexander. 6-0 Alabama.
John Brock kicked the extra point, and Alabama led 7-0 with 13:30 to go in the first quarter. Watch kicked off for the second time in 90 seconds, and watch John David Phillips set the defensive tone for this one. What a blow at the 21. Bama defenders led by Dwayne Rudd and Ralph Staten kept the Tigers from getting a first down, and after a punt, Bama had the ball back at its own 31.
2 tight ends for Bama. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Quick snap, handoff Riddle, big block, slashes to the near sidelines, close to first down yardage, out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Dennis took it this way again for 6 yards and a first down at the 46. Then Bama went back to the air.
2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Alabama now has too many men on the field. Riddle tries to go to the far side. He'll loft one long. Calvin Hall and West. West reaches back to make the grab. Marcel West splitting the defense.
Auburn's defense stiffened, and the Tide had to settle for this 37-yard field goal by John Brock. Still, Alabama had a 10-0 lead over the Tigers with just 5.5 minutes gone in the game. The SEC's best defensive unit took the field again. Staten chasing Damian Craig all the way back to the end zone to force an incompletion as the Tigers again went 3 and out.
The backs are 2 tailbacks, Curtis Alexander and Dennis Riddle. They're split behind Freddie Kitchens. Freddie to throw. Back pedals to the 30, across the middle, caught by Haight, 35-40, 45-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play to the Alabama tight end.
Sean Alexander set an Alabama record with 291 yards at LSU. He ripped off 12 in 2 plays here. A face mask penalty on the Tigers, but Bama at the Auburn 28-yard line.
The tailbacks are split. Kitchens on the handoff, Riddle. Outside, he'll turn the corner, 30. He'll get a block to the 25. He rumbles forward to the 23-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 from the Auburn 24. Off the far hash mark. Handoff to Sean Alexander. Can he turn the corner? Steps over LaRon White. Breaks a tackle down the sidelines. He's inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Sean ran it twice more for a total of 4 yards, and Bama faced 3rd and 6 at the Auburn 7.
Sean Alexander now the single setback as on the move. Here comes Kitchens, a slant pattern, the throw to Vaughn, touchdown! Touchdown, Alabama!
Actually, the ball hit a linebacker, I think. Somebody's shoulder pads or something, and I didn't get a full grip on the ball, but I had to tuck it in anyway. So it was just a nice throw by Freddie. I think Freddie showed a lot of poise this game.
Brock added the extra point. Incredibly, Alabama had a 17-0 lead over Auburn with 3:32 to go in the first quarter.
I didn't think they were going to fold because they could have had us down 17-0. I would have bet my life on that we wouldn't fold. So playing a team like that, I know that they're going to score points.
Well, Auburn did just that, starting its comeback with this long run by Rusty Williams. But look at Ralph Staten chase him down, save a possible touchdown, stopping him at the Bama 18. The Tide defense kept up the pressure on Craig for a couple of incompletions, so the Tigers had to settle for this 34-yard field goal by Jarrett Holmes. First quarter came to a close with Alabama on top, 17-3. Tiger defenders sacked Kitchens twice, and though Freddie hit Riddle for this 7-yard completion, Bama had to give the ball up. Hayden Stockton began a great night of punting with this 45-yarder. He pinned the Tigers back at their own 17. Craig scrambled his way for 8 yards and a first down, eluding Bama defenders. But then the Tide came up with a turnover.
Craig is working out of the shotgun, keeping Williams as a single blocking back. Now he deploys. Here comes Bama through. And the pass to the near sideline. Intercepted by Alabama. Intercepted by Fernando Bryant. His third pick of the year.
Bama had the ball at the Auburn 35. Riddle pounded the Tiger line twice, picked up 7 yards. But then Auburn held, keeping Sean Alexander from getting a first down on this 4th and 3 call. The Tigers then started their only touchdown drive of the night. Williams got 11 out to the 40.
Damon is a good guy. We all knew all week that he was good outside the pocket. Knew was well in open fields. He made some great runs, and we was looking for him to come out and play hard and make some runs. But hopefully, overall, we were able to contain him.
Out of the shotgun, Craig. He'll loft one long, looking for Karsten Bailey. He's behind the defense, makes the grab. He's going. Touchdown.
Holmes added the extra point. The Tigers had closed the gap, but Bama's still on top, 17-10. Auburn fans roaring as Holmes kicks it off. Marcel West takes it deep for the Tide, brings it 16 yards out to the 19, and Bama started to move again.
The Tide to the line of scrimmage. 4, 3, 2, 1. They get the play off as Kitchens takes a 3-step drop. Fires a strike. Complete to Vaughn. First down and more. To the 40, to the 42, 43-yard line.
The Tide kept right on rolling. Riddle took it into Auburn territory with this 8-yard gain to the Tigers' 49.
Here now a 2nd and 2 for Bama from the Auburn 49-yard line, going right to left. Handoff Riddle, huge hole up the middle. He's loose to the 40, cuts right to the 35, on his feet to the 30, breaks a tackle inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Dennis Riddle finally put down by Martavius Houston. 26 yards for a big-time gainer for Bama.
The very next play now, Riddle the ball again, driving for extra yardage. He fumbles the football. Marcellus Mostella recovered for the Tigers at the 22. Auburn put together a couple of first downs. Craig hitting Willie Gaucher on both plays. Tigers moved it out to the 49. This time, Bama defenders stopped the Auburn drive. Holmes punts the ball away. It's down at the Alabama 5-yard line. Sean Alexander got the Tide some breathing room as he bounced off a tackler, moved it out to the 9.
The Crimson Tide going with the single running back. It's Trevis Smith. He'll stay in the block as Kitchens will load up and throw long across the middle. Intercepted by Brad Ware to the 25-20, 15-10, angles left. He's to the 5, gets around the unmanned to beat him. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Holmes kicked the extra point. We had a brand new ball game. The score was tied at 17-17, and Auburn was about to get another break.
Garrett Holmes will kick this football away with the breeze in his face. It goes to West at the goal line to the 10. Marcel fumbles the football. It goes forward to the 20, and it is recovered by Auburn again.
Great field position for Auburn at Bama's 21, but Cedric Samuel stepped up, made one of his 9 tackles on the night. Tigers had to settle for another field goal. The three-pointer gave Auburn the lead, 20-17 at halftime.
They was trying to confuse us a lot. They had us confused with the 5 wides and no backs, and we had to go back and iron out the little mistakes we were having and come back and just try to adjust to it.
Jackson and Bama defenders had to be on the field to start the second half as Auburn received the kickoff and started at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 3rd and 9 from Auburn's own 26. A low snap to the shotgun. The fly pattern is going to be long and complete to Tyrone Goodson. Goodson rolls forward to the 37-yard line and makes the grab right there for the Auburn Tigers.
He's very tough. You know, when the receivers, when you do your job and then all of a sudden he slacks out and runs 20 yards down the field, and we got good man-to-man coverage, and, you know, you just can't do nothing about a great player. You know, he's just a great competitive player.
TJ Dunnigan checks in again. Here now the pitch back to Beasley. He's grabbed by Hood and put down as he tries to go right side on the 3rd and 1. Staten and Hood combining on the big-time play there for the Crimson Tide.
So again, Bama's defense had stopped the Tigers for the 3rd time. Jared Holmes kicked a field goal. 34-yarder put the Tigers on top, 23-17 with 10:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Amazingly, that's where the score stayed for the next 24 minutes. Both defensive units came up with big plays.
1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Here now on play action. Damian Craig lofting one again. Looking long. Picked off by Alabama at the 30-yard line. It was Kevin Jackson, his 6th interception of the year. It's been a while for him, but Kevin Jackson, who leads the Southeastern Conference in interceptions, now pads that lead. It's his 6th pick of the season.
Near the end of the 3rd quarter, Bama started moving again. Riddle hit the Tigers for 5 yards here. Dennis on the way to 131 for the night and topping the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
4:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. Auburn up by 6 points, 23-17. Here comes play action now as Freddie Kitchens rolls left and throws. Haight makes the grab, the tight end of the 40, 1st down 45. Bowls over a tackler out to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Football is at their own 48-yard line. Bama with plenty of time going left to right. Hand off Riddle. He turns the corner into Auburn territory, 45-40. He runs into his own man, Travis Smith, and then goes down at the 35-yard line.
Bama moved on down to the Auburn 28, but the Tiger defense stepped up. Antoine Nolan picked off this Kitchens pass to keep the Tide out of the end zone. As Kitchens talked on the sidelines with offensive coordinator Woody McCorvey and Coach Stallings, Craig brought the Tigers up the field.
3 wideouts right, 1 left, out of the shotgun. Here comes a Utah shovel to Williams. Rusty's on his horse to the 45-50. Inside Bama territory, fumbled the ball, but he falls on it himself and rolls out of bounds.
Craig wound up completing only 11 passes of 39 attempts for 181 yards, and after this incompletion, Bama finally got to the Tigers' scrambling quarterback.
On the 2nd down and 10, again from the shotgun, Craig way back to his own 35, avoids Myers, gets tripped up by the Crimson Tide at the 45-yard line. First sack of the night for the Tide. Kelvin Moore will get credit for it.
On into the 4th quarter we went. Fans on the edge of their seats at Legion Field. Neither team able to get anything on the board. The Tigers made the first move in the final 15 minutes. Craig hooking up with Karsten Bailey for 14 yards. The Tigers moved into Bama territory again. And again, the Tide defense stepped forward. Cedric Samuel, the tackle here for a yard loss. Then look at the Bama pressure coming on Craig. Deshae Townsend broke up the pass. Auburn had to punt it away, and Bama took over at its own 14-yard line.
And the Tide needs 6 to tie, 7 to take the lead. Kitchens to throw. Freddie loads up. Complete. Vaughn, 30-yard line. 1st down, Alabama. He lunges forward to the 31 after making the grab. 1st and 10, Bama from their own 31-yard line. Curtis Alexander and Riddle are split in the backfield. Kitchens to throw. Complete complete across the 45 to the 48 and a first down. That time it was Calvin Hall making a reception, his second of the evening.
Unfortunately, a holding penalty stopped the drive, so here comes Hayden Stockton. He boomed this one 54 yards. Robert Baker brought it out to the 25. Stockton, by the way, averaged better than 48 yards a punt. Auburn had the ball and a 3-point lead with 3:41 to go. Ozell Powell dropped Williams after a 3-yard gain, and then Ralph Staten came up with another big one. As Craig rolls out this way to pass, Pickett puts on the pressure. Look at Staten fight off the blocker and knock Craig down, a loss of 1 on the play. The Tigers are forced to kick it away. This punt rolls dead at the Bama 26, tied with the football, 2:14 to play, needing 74 yards to win the game.
Here's a 3rd and 10 Bama now from their own 26. Kitchens to throw, steps back and fires the out pattern. Caught by Buchanan, first down to the 40-yard line. Shamari Buchanan will be yet another receiver. That is the 10th different receiver to catch a Freddie Kitchens pass tonight.
Kitchens would wind up 20 of 33 for 292 yards. This first down pass from the 40 went incomplete, so he decided to go back to his rugged tailback.
Here's a 2nd and 10 from the 40, off the far hash mark. Play clock winding its way down. Kitchens out of the shotgun. In the right flat, Riddle makes the grab 40. Center step 45, cuts it in 50. First down and more into Auburn territory. He's forward to the 43-yard line. Big time play that time by Dennis Riddle, a pickup of 16 yards. A touchdown ties it. The extra point would give Bama the lead. 1st and 10 from the 44. Kitchens again from the shotgun. He'll throw right side. Riddle's got the grab. He makes the move inside. Does not get out of bounds, but he does get the first down yardage. He's to the 34. 33-yard line for Dennis Riddle. An electric night here at Legion Field. 1st and 10 Bama from the Auburn 33. Kitchens waits. Kitchens brings it down after pumping. Then he throws it long to the end zone. It is a flag on the Auburn defensive back. The ball was coming towards Vaughn, and Vaughn had drawn tight coverage from the Auburn defensive back, and the flags came flying. 1st and 10 Bama. Football is at the Auburn 18. 1:12 to go. No timeouts. Bama needs a touchdown on the extra point to take the lead. Here's Kitchens from the shotgun. Freddie waits. Big hole. Freddie's going to run. He's to the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 9. But again, Alabama now had to get to about the 7, so the chains cannot move. The clock will not stop. Alabama hustles back to the line of scrimmage. 57 seconds to go. 56, 55, 54. Freddie Kitchens now gets his news to the teammates. Says the play, passes it along. Down to 47, 46 on the shotgun. Kitchens throws. Vaughn off his hands. He bobbles it. He comes down with the football. Yes, he does. He does. Vaughn had the ball bobbled. It was tipped. He bobbled it again. And he comes down with the football at roughly the 6-yard line. That is enough to move the chains and stop the clock. Gene Stallings doubled over on the far sidelines looking on. 1st and goal from the 8. That's where they'll spot it officially. 39 seconds to go. Kitchens, the quarterback. He's got Riddle with him in the backfield from the shotgun. Kitchens to Riddle. Oh, he throws it too far. But nevertheless, it does stop the clock. The pressure just etched on the faces of everybody watching. On the 2nd and goal from the 7. Riddle is the running back. 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Shotgun, Kitchens gets the snap, throws left, Riddle makes the grab 5, angles right 3, 2, 1, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown with 26 seconds to go. This Iron Bowl is tied at 23 and a chance for the Crimson Tide to win it with an extra point.
He's supposed to be trying to look at one of the receivers down the field. If they wasn't open, then he's supposed to go through the flat pass. I recognized that the linebacker dropped it back, so I knew I was open. So that's why I started raising my hand like that. And gratefully, I just got Freddie attention. He threw me the ball. It's probably one of the best feelings in the world. It's just something that you dream of, just trying to win a game. And you couldn't really just be no game bigger than this playing against Auburn. It's a very big game. It's just a dream come true, just win the game against Auburn.
And now the extra point by John Brock out of the snap of Chester Lewis and the hold of Lance Tucker. The snap is there. The hold is there. The kick is up. The kick is good. The kick is good. And Alabama, with 26 seconds remaining, has taken a 24-23 lead on the Auburn Tigers. It is at a time like this where words come up short. Just enjoy the atmosphere.
I just don't have the vocabulary to express how proud I am of what this team has been able to accomplish. We've had some setbacks from time to time, and we turned the ball over 5 times, and yet over on the sideline we decided to go into a spread that some of you people have been saying I've been needing all along. I may have to start listening to some of you. And to see them stop them when we had to and get the ball and have no timeouts and come back to win a game of this magnitude, it's just hard for me to express how pleased and proud I am of the players.
26 seconds to go. Both teams are out of timeouts. Alabama will kick it off. Robert Baker is the deep man for Auburn. Here comes William Watts with the kick. It is predictably a low kick, and it goes sailing, and out of bounds it goes. He kicks it out of bounds, so there will be a football brought out to the 35-yard line. All right. 1st and 10 Auburn from their own 35. 26 seconds to go to settle this one. Craig out of the shotgun. Craig looks. He throws long down the left side towards Karsten Bailey. It is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Craig pulls the ball down. He's going to scamper. He rolls left. He throws long towards Karsten Bailey. Knocked away by Deshae Townsend. 8 seconds to go in the game. Here now, out of the shotgun, Craig. He'll throw it to the near side. Caught by Rusty Williams, 35-40. Out of bounds, 2 seconds to go. On the play now from the 41. Craig rolls left. Craig steps up. The clock is at zeros. He throws long. It will not make the end zone. It's at the 10. It is battled around. Knocked down. Bama wins. Bama wins. Bama wins on what will be a most emotional night in Crimson Tide football history.
Feels great.
Take a bow, baby. Take a bow.
That's how you do it, baby. That's how you come big in big games, baby. Get on Freddie Kitchens' back, baby.
After shaking hands with Auburn's Terry Bowden, Gene Stallings ran to the locker room. There, he told his players for the first time about his retirement.
It was an emotional time for me, and I probably had the privilege of hugging every one of them, and a lot of them whispered things to me, and I remember everything that every one of them said, too.
It's more like a father figure to all of us. You know, you really don't realize how much you love a person, how much you respect them until something like this comes up. And I know my senior class is going to miss him. You know, we have senior breakfast with him every morning, and those are times we enjoy. And we'll remember Coach Stallings for the rest of our lives because, you know, when we're down, he's always there to pick us up. And he's been a great inspiration to all of us, and he's taught us more than just football. He's taught us that there's more to life than football, and he you know, he's instilled in us a good work ethic and all those things that a father would do.
Coach Stallings stands for a lot of good things, and you know, I think everybody on the team respects him and respects what kind of man he is on and off the field. And you know, it was a somber moment, but you know, things like that happen.
While the coach talked with his players, reporters waited, along with Stallings' family, for the coach's public announcement.
I did visit with the players and the coaches just a little while ago, and told them that it comes a time when you need to pass the torch to someone else. I just, you know, in trying to express my appreciation to Hootie for giving me the job and Dr. Sayers a few years ago when really I wasn't in demand. Best I remember, I had just gotten fired. And then for Bob and Dr. Sorensen to continue to give me an opportunity to coach at Alabama, it's something that I just can't tell you how much I've enjoyed. A dream come true for me would be to coach at the University of Alabama, and I had that opportunity. And to see the players over a period of a few years win 69 games and have a national championship and be in this particular championship game for every year that they were eligible to be in it. And yet with a little bit of a handicap of trying to recruit 11 players and 14 players and 16 players and that's sort of hard to do from time to time. I visited with the athletic director a few days ago, and we were talking, and he said, I would like for you to finish out your contract. But if you decide for some reason that you don't want to, the quicker you can let me know, the better. I went by to see him really before the Mississippi State game, and to tell him that I just had a feeling, and I didn't know why, but I just had a feeling that it was time for me to sort of close this particular chapter. I'm not closing the book. I'm just going to close the chapter, and I'm going to step aside and let somebody else coach the team. We've got well-qualified coaches on our staff, and I hope and pray that they'll be given consideration. And the staff has done such an outstanding job. I've appreciated the fans at Alabama. I mean, you can look the world over, and you just can't imagine the little notes of encouragement and things that I get day after day after day from the people in Alabama. I've appreciated my relationship with the media. I do a press conference every day after the practice, and I know for a 7-year period, the guys that cover me daily have never said anything that I've asked them. I say this is off a record. And they've kept my confidence, and in this day and time, I think that's saying something. And I appreciate the relationship that I've had with you guys, and the players. You have to be in my position and to be able to understand what I'm trying to say about a relationship with the players and the relationship with the coaching staff and the faculty and the university. And you say, well, why now? And I say, I really don't know why now. Other than I just think it's time to give somebody else an opportunity to experience the highs that I've experienced while I've been here at Alabama. It's some may say I'm a little tired, but for some reason I'm really not tired. I find myself getting a little edgy. I worry about that. I find myself fussing more than I want to fuss, and I worry about that. And I just want the absolute best for the University of Alabama. And that's the reason I made that decision. I think I've done a good job. I don't think there's any question about that. But the reason I've been able to do a good job is because I've been surrounded with good people. Sir Isaac Newton said it this way. He said, if it seems I can see further than most people, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. And I have. I've coached the very best in the business. I've had the coaches on my staff, the very best in the business. Since I've been at Alabama, I've never asked for one tool to be able to do my job that I hadn't been able to get. So I can't, with no misgivings whatsoever, I've loved my 7 years. For some reason, it was important to me to try to win 70. 7 in 7 years, that's 10 a year. For some reason, it sounds good. We're not there, but we're getting closer. I appreciate my family being back there. There's Ruth Ann and Anna Lee and Laurie, Jackie and Martha Kate and little Johnny. We've got some grandchildren and Tim, my son-in-law, and I'm a very fortunate man.